So if you want some perspective on what might be going on in your life for November and you want to recalibrate to your true north, then you're going to love today's video. If we haven't met before, welcome to the channel. My name is Francisca. I'm the owner of Breathe, Connect, Thrive, a healing studio in Houston, Texas, where I help people release pent-up emotions through conscious connected breathing, replenish their mind, body, heart, and soul in restorative yoga, gain some clarity through personal self-discovery tarot readings, and I combine all of these amazing modalities with coaching, Reiki, and aromatherapy in the 11-session signature program called the Chakra Balancing Breathwork Journey, so that you can bust through limiting beliefs and really ultimately live the life that you want to live that's aligned to your soul's desire. And if we have met before, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. It means more than I can say in words. So before we get started with the tarot readings, I do want to address something about the channel and about the way that I've been showing up here on YouTube and delivering videos to you. And I just want to say that one of the things that I love most about my YouTube channel, the Breathe, Connect, Thrive YouTube channel, is the monthly tarot readings. Like, this is something when I see it on my calendar, I'm like, yes, I can do this. This is amazing. I love doing readings. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's also one of the easiest things to do here. The difficult part would be finding the time to do it, but this is something that I love, from the bottom of my heart, love to do. One of the reasons that I love to do it is because it's so easy for me to do. I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you. This part of it isn't that bad. When I'm doing the readings, I feel like those are more channeled messages. And so I feel like there's less effort to do these types of videos, which is why I love doing them. I know that I haven't been as active as I normally was before. If you've been with the channel for a while, you'll know that since May of 2020, I've pretty much released weekly videos on a pretty consistent basis, except for December, which is when I take time off, and maybe a few weeks here and there where maybe I've had issues with my equipment or issues with scheduling. But for the most part, I've been consistent, also except for the time when my mom passed away and I took some time off, much needed time off. But I've been pretty consistent with how I release videos, and they've pretty much been on a weekly basis for about 3 years. But over the last few months, I want to say since about March of this year, I have been having some difficulties with my resources, as far as like time and space and effort and energy that it takes to release the videos, that it takes to sit down and record the videos. There's a lot of changes that have happened in the last few years, and one of the biggest, most notable changes has been that I own a studio now. And in owning a studio, there's a lot of time that goes into that. There's a lot of energy that goes into that as well. And so I found that I'm not able to find clarity around some of the things that I want to share with you. And so my why is really strong. Like, why am I doing these videos? I want to connect with as many people as I can, to help as many people as I can find that internal source, their internal connection, their internal inner voice, their inner wisdom. I want people to find that, and one of the ways that I can do that is through video. I love video. I love talking. I like to put on makeup, and I like to show up here on this platform as that. Having said that, there is a lot of resources that goes into it, as I said earlier. So one of the things that I'm not supposed to say is that I'm really attached to the outcome, like I am. And I'm probably breaking that fourth wall here by letting you know that I am attached to the outcome. Like, I would like some of these videos to go viral. I would like it to be worth the effort. I know that there are people who really support me. I know this. There's people in my life, in my day-to-day life, who tell me how much, my videos mean to them. And I am 100% grateful, like very, very much grateful that you support me in the way that you do if you're watching this. But I also know that some people who do support me are also business owners and entrepreneurs and people who understand what it's like to own a business and to be in the business, working in the business and not working on the business. And so right now there's this internal shift that I'm going through, and I don't want to be as attached to the outcome as I am. Like, I really wish that I could say that I don't care. I especially feel this attachment more so on Instagram than I do on YouTube. And so that's one of the reasons that I haven't been posting, is because I've noticed that I'm really attached to the outcome. One of the second reasons I've already kind of mentioned is that the resources, the time, the energy that it takes to not only make these videos, but in the aftermath, the production of it, like to edit the videos. Sitting down, putting up a camera, that doesn't take very much. Finding time in my schedule, it does take some of my energy, but it's the editing part of it that takes a while. And sometimes I'm like, I hate my life. I don't want to edit this video. And I find that that happens mostly in the how-to videos. And then I feel like those are also the videos that get the least amount of traction and the least amount of resonance. Although there's a couple of videos that have, you know, been really helpful to clients that I can send as a resource afterwards. And the third reason, although there's many, but these are like the main reasons that I haven't been posting as much, is because I don't have clarity around what I'd like to post. Now, I've got plenty of ideas. I've got like a ton of ideas. But if I match the ton of ideas that I have to the why, and I match the ton of ideas I have to the how, that's where I'm kind of getting stuck. And so I've been doing what I would tell any one of my clients to do, or what I would guide any one of my clients to do, which is to go within and find the answers there. Because the truth is, no matter how much I love posting these videos, no matter how much I love doing, especially the tarot reading videos, it is not helpful if I'm not doing these videos in a way that is in alignment with my personal integrity. So I have to be in integrity, and I have to be in alignment with what I'm doing and what I'm putting out there, and also the energy that I'm putting into these videos. And so because I'm still working through the clarity part of it, that is why I haven't been posting weekly videos. What I have, however, been doing is sending out weekly emails, which is why I encourage you to sign up for my emails. If you are someone who does want to hear from me on a weekly basis, you want to sign up for my emails. The link is in the description box below. Not only do I share weekly updates about what's going on with me personally, like I've been talking about this on the cusp of expansion. I've talked about, you know, different things that are going on in my life, and I do so in my weekly newsletter. So if you're someone who wants to hear from me on a weekly basis, you want to sign up for the emails, because that's where not only do you get sales, special discounts there, but you'll also get weekly updates from me. Plus, I do a weekly oracle reading, unless I'm doing a monthly video, a monthly tarot reading video. So all this is to say that I do want to show up here on YouTube, especially. Instagram, I don't know where I'm going with that. I might show up on Instagram, but I want it to be in alignment with who I am as a person. I want it to be in alignment with my soul's desire. I want to feel really good when I post on Instagram, when I post on YouTube. I want to feel really good about myself when I do that. And for the past few months, I hadn't been feeling 100% in alignment with who I was, yet I was still doing it, because that's what you have to do as a business owner. That's what you have to do to attract business, right? And again, I know I'm breaking some rules here by saying what I really feel, but that's the fucking truth. This is how I feel. Like, I want to feel connected to what I do and everything that I put out there. I want to be authentic in how I present myself. And I feel like I was filtering myself. And I feel like I was trying to get it right and perfect. And even though part of me was saying like, that's good enough, like there was part of me that was really attached to it, and it still really is attached to it. So once I figure all that out, I'm I'm going to start posting in a way that makes me feel good about myself. So all this is to say that the monthly tarot readings are staying for now. I might post some more videos before the year is out, other than the monthly tarot readings. I may not. I haven't made up my mind there yet. But what I am doing is listening to my internal wisdom, going within and getting the answers from within, and recalibrating to my true north, which is the theme of this month's tarot reading. So if you've been here a while, you already know that you can sit through all of the readings. You can choose one reading and apply it to different areas of your life, or you can just choose one reading. That's fine. You can do whatever makes your heart feel good, because I am here to remind you, not just by what I say, but how I do the things that I do in my life, that you are the one who has all the answers. I'm just here to shine a light on that for you. So if you want some perspective on what might be going on in your life for November, and you want to recalibrate to your true north, then you're going to love today's video. As usual, timestamps are in the description box below, so click on the timestamps so you can skip to your reading if you'd like, or if you want to sit through all of them, you can do that too. For your first reading, I am using Chevron Amethyst. This is a beautiful amethyst stone with these little chevron lines through it. So amethyst is really great for clarity, dreams. It's good for calming emotions. It's also good for connecting to your third eye and your crown chakra, and also clearing away negative energy. For the second reading, I am using Moonstone. So rainbow moonstone. This is a really good one. It's got a flat bottom, so I like that because you can just set it down. So this stone is really great for hope, balance, harmony, compassion, endurance, inner wisdom, and third and crown chakra. Third eye and crown chakra, not third chakra. And for the final reading, I am using tiger eye, beautiful tiger eye, really great stone for power, prosperity, motivation, confidence, revitalizing, and it's really great for the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. So those are the readings. Click on the link in the description box below if you want to skip to your reading, or if you want to watch all of them, please feel free to go ahead and do that. First reading, we have the Amethyst Chevron reading. So amethyst is a beautiful stone for clearing negative energy, third eye and crown chakra connection. Really good to calm, really good for enhancing your dreams and clarity. We are using the Light Seers Tarot deck and the Enchanted Map deck. And for this reading, I'm doing a 5-card spread, although I'm asking 6 questions, and I'll show you why in a second. So first card is, what is the current energy? Your second card is, what has been working for you? Again, this is recalibrating. So your third card is also your fourth question and your third question. And that is, what's been blocking you and how can you unblock? And then your fourth card, which is your fifth question, is how can you find clarity and recalibrate to your true north? And then the fifth card and last question is, what is the guidance from source for you this month? Alrighty. Ooh, interesting. All right. So, very, very interesting. Okay. So what is your current energy? It starts off with the 10 of Cups, and then what is the guidance from source is the Tower. I think that this is really interesting. What has been working for you is this 2 of Swords, which is, again, I love this. I love this because it's a really interesting reading. And I'm having some questions running in my mind. Like, I feel like there is a lot of questions if you pick this reading for yourself. How can you gain some clarity? The Page of Cups, wearing your heart on your sleeve, believing in your dreams, really feeling like things can take flight. Yeah, wow. Okay, so I'm being pulled like in a few different places. So what I asked was, what is your current energy? This 10 of Cups came up. So right now, your current energy is like in a happy place. Not that it won't stay happy, but right now it's like, oh, like I have everything I want. I'm in the wish fulfilled space. Like I'm in the space of like things can be good. And I feel like this is also a mindset shift as well. Like something has shifted in your mind and in your heart to say that things are going to work out. Something has really shifted for you to say that you can have a happy family. You can have the things that you really want to have, the happy family feeling. If this is not a happy family dynamic, then it's a happy family feeling. This is the wish fulfilled. This is the living as if. This is a shift in your heart and a mindset shift as well. So I feel like for you, if you pull this card, this reading, this is really like the wish fulfilled. Like this is where you're living. This is where your current energy is living. Now, recalibrating to your true north. What has worked for you? This Two of Swords, not being attached to the outcome, not being attached to a single decision. This is what has been working for you. Now, if you look at this card, like it's typically supposed to be like one where you're stuck in indecision. But I feel like sometimes being stuck in indecision can be really helpful because this gives you the chance to really look within for the answers. It gives you the chance to really focus on your internal core, to really focus on what it is that you really do want to see, what it is that you really do want to get out of the situation. What is it that you really, where do you want to focus your attention? Where do you want to focus your thoughts? Where do you want to focus your energy? This has been really helpful for you. Not making a choice has been really helpful for you. Not going in a direction that you're not sure of has been really helpful for you. Okay? What hasn't worked for you, or what's been blocking you, and how can you get unblocked? The magic prayer. And so I told you how I would use this for 2 questions. And the reason that I'm doing that with this card and with this particular deck is because in the enchanted map, there is a reversed and an upright. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the reversed meaning of this card as to what has been blocking you. And so let's see. That is the magic prayer number 32. So what has been blocking you is self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. Reverse, the magic prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only way. Could the path that you're on be leading you to a place of regret, or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson, and a lonely one too. Perhaps it's time to pray and meditate on your highest good and the highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than anything that you could ever dream up. So that's what's been blocking you, is perhaps you've been wanting things to be a certain way, and I don't know that selfish is the right word, because I feel like it's not. I feel like it's more like your way is the only way. And perhaps that's what's been blocking you, is focusing on your way, which is maybe why you haven't made a move, or felt like, not making a move. But that feels like that's what's been helpful for you. I'll fix my microphone here because I feel like it's like in the way. But it feels like that's what's been helpful for you, is to not make a move. And what's been blocking you is this feeling that you know better. Ooh, okay. So how can you get unblocked, and how can you focus more on your true north? Is speak your prayers, listen for the answers, and act in faith. Okay. When you see the magic prayer card, it's a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, thy will be done through me, not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Oof. As long as you keep it in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path. So that is what's going to help unblock you, is to make sure that you're acting in faith, speaking your prayers, and listening for the answers. Again, like living in the wish fulfilled. Like if this is your current energy, you're living in that wish fulfilled. Stay there. Keep listening to the wish fulfilled. Now, how can you find clarity to recalibrate to your true north is the Page of Cups. I feel like this is living in the wish fulfilled. I feel like this is like, let yourself not be so attached to the outcome. What was I talking about before? Preaching to the choir, right? Not letting yourself be so attached to the outcome. To sit there for a minute, to listen, to let yourself dream, and stay in the wish fulfilled. Stay in the wish fulfilled area. Now, the guidance from Source is the Tower. I feel like this is so closely connected to this magic prayer, because one of the things that it said was like waiting, thinking that you know what's best, right? Instead of allowing Source to work through you. That wasn't the exact thing that the card said, but that's what I'm feeling from this card, is like allowing Source to work through you. Sometimes we think we know what's best, and sometimes we will still go ahead with a plan, even though we're like, it's still good, it's still good, it's still good. And so what has been working for you is not moving forward when you're not sure. And I feel like Source with this Tower card is saying, don't build up stuff on something that is faulty. Don't say yes when you really want to say no, because then that can lead to a Tower moment like this. I do want to ask for a clarifier of this, and we got the Magician, which is perfect. So you have all the answers you need inside of you. You have all the skills that you need. You perfected them. You can turn water into gold. You can you can be the alchemist of your life. You can be the creator of your life. But don't build up castles in the sky on faulty foundation. Like the sky doesn't have any foundation like this Page of Cups. This is how you can get clarity, stay in the dream, but also don't let your dreams be what they are, but don't be so attached to them. Release the outcome, let go of what can be, and work on what you have right now. Take one small step at a time and master the gifts that you have in front of you. This will keep you from being in the Tower moment. And if the Tower moment does come, know that that is okay. Know that it is okay. Like, stay in the wish fulfilled, because I feel like that's the biggest message. One of the biggest messages for you here. And allow yourself to let Spirit work through you. Do the inspired actions. Really listen to your heart. Really stay in your heart. I feel like it's really important to stay in your heart. Don't move forward if you're not sure. That's what's been working for you. Stay there. That's how you can recalibrate to your true north. And know that your prayers are being answered, but all you have to do is ask. Sometimes we forget to ask. Sometimes we forget that the answers are right there for us. And sometimes we forget, again, that we can ask. We can ask. If it doesn't feel right, we can ask. We can say that this isn't right. Please guide me to the next right step. This doesn't feel right. Please help me, not just for me, but for the outcome of everybody. Again, the why is really important, right? The why is really important. And let yourself dream, let yourself love, let yourself follow the intuition, let yourself be, and listen for a message of love. Listen for a message of truth. Listen for the message of clarity. Listen for the message of intuition. The cups, our emotions, are also water, and water is fluid and flexible, and it flows, and it goes like, if there's a rock, it goes above it. If there's some dirt, it goes around it, right? Water is flexible and malleable, and it's fluid. And I feel like that's how you can find clarity, is to be flexible, to be malleable, to let what needs to come, to let what needs to go. That's a Tosha Silver thing. All of this kind of smells like Tosha Silver to me, because she talks about in the book, It's Not Your Money, about how sometimes we just have to let go. We have to offer things up. So maybe this could be a moment of offering things up for you too. And keep staying in the wish fulfilled. Keep believing that your dreams are possible, because they certainly are. Don't make any moves that don't feel right for you. Remember to ask for help. Keep your heart on your sleeve. Keep living your life the way it were, and don't build anything on shaky foundations. Know that you have all the power inside of you. So that is the reading for the Amethyst on how you can recalibrate to your true north for November. For your second reading, we are using Moonstone again. Moonstone is a beautiful stone for the third eye and crown chakra, really great to connect to your inner wisdom for endurance, harmony, balance, and hope. We are doing the same thing with this deck, and we are taking a couple of cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck for your first two questions and a couple for your last two questions. So first question that we're asking from Source for you in this reading is, what is the current energy? What has been working for you? What's been blocking you, and how can you unblock it? Two questions with this middle card. We're also asking, how can you get clarity on so we're also asking, how can you gain clarity and recalibrate to your true north? And final card is, what is the guidance from Source for you? Interesting. I think it's really interesting that this is the second reading. If you've watched the first reading, this is the second reading that the guidance from Source could be looked at as a negative card, because the guidance from Source for you is a Seven of Swords. And the reason that I think that this is really interesting is because even though this could be a negative card, I feel like you could always find the positive in the negative. Now, that's not to gaslight you or do spiritual bypassing, but what it is saying is that just because someone brings you something negative doesn't mean that you have to take it in. So the Seven of Swords is a card of deception, treachery, thievery, possibly someone taking something that doesn't belong to them, taking it away from you, or you perhaps taking something away from someone that doesn't belong to you, maybe in the middle of the night. But even if it's in the middle of the night, the moon is still illuminating that. The full moon is still illuminating that. And that's what full moons do, right? They bring things to a closure. They bring endings. They also illuminate the things that are hiding in the shadow, because they're full moons. They've got full reflection of the sun. We just had a lunar eclipse full moon in Taurus this last Saturday, and did breath work with someone in the group breathwork class, and it was just one person. And I think it was beautiful because she really needed that to be a single session. And because she was the only one in that session, she was able to see some things that she might not have seen. Again, just because something looks negative doesn't mean that it always is. And I feel like this is the guidance from Source for you in this reading. Just because something looks bad, just because someone has done something to you, doesn't necessarily mean that it is bad. Just like the Tower from the first reading, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. Bad things happen all the time. And I feel like bad is probably not the best word to use here, but unfortunate things happen, heavy things happen that don't feel good, but that doesn't mean that it could have been better had something different happened. And I feel like this is one of the messages in your reading, because for your current energy, it's the Page of Swords. So that first reading also started with cups and ended with cups. This second reading starts with swords, ends with swords. I think that's really poignant and a powerful message, that just because something starts off in the same element and ends off in the same element doesn't mean it's necessarily the same energy. Look at the stark difference between these two cards. Yellow, and there's some yellow in here, but it's more like green and dark. This is more bright. I feel like your current energy is in singling down a message. I know that the Page of Swords is sometimes a bringer of messages. She can be someone who's really chatty. Chatty me. She can be someone who like is a know-it-all, me. She can be someone who is like maybe gossipy. That used to be me, not so much anymore because I don't have anybody to gossip with. But she can be someone who's like kind of in everybody's business. And if this is a person and this is your current energy, you may be dealing with someone who is very much like me. You may be dealing, like in this reading, but you might also be dealing with someone who may bring you information, who could bring you information. And I feel like this could be a person, it's really interesting because when I do these readings, usually a page doesn't mean a person to me. It's usually your energy or the energy of the reading, but this could be a person, very much so, but it could also be the energy that you're bringing to the table. You might be singling down this information that you have, all of these thoughts that you have, and maybe focusing a little bit more clearly on some of the projects that you have going on here. You may be walking a tight rope too, or tight broomstick, as it were. Or a tight stick. It's not a broomstick. This is a different deck. But it feels like you have a lot of ideas up in the air, and you might be in the process of singling them down. Now, if this is about recalibrating to your true north, there could be someone that brings you information about helping you single down your ideas that you have, helping you single down how you do the thing, what you're doing, how you're doing it. What has been working for you is listening to your intuition. What has been working for you is really diving and listening to that inner voice inside of you. But funnily enough, that might be also what's blocking you with this Wizards of Awareness. When we read this into reverse, I'll kind of tap into that. But what has been helping for you, what has been working for you, and what has been helping you is tapping into your intuition. Keep doing that. Even if someone brings you a message, even if someone brings you some kind of information to you to help you single down your ideas, keep tapping into your intuition. You are the one who knows what's best for you. I kind of want to go into how can you gain clarity, be your own guru, the Hierophant, using structures and systems that have been built before to your advantage, not allowing someone or something to kind of be the end all be all. This is looked at as a card of like religious organizations, hospital system structures that have already been built, legal organizations, big corporations, things that are well established. But what I love about this card is this is the card of true inner guidance, true guru. Just because there is a religious figure out there saying this is what you should do, listening to your internal guidance. I think it's really poignant that there are, why this word poignant keeps coming up, I don't know, but that there are two major arcana cards here in your reading. And I think that that's really important for you as you go in through the month of November, is to know that this is a really important time for you to really recalibrate to your true north, whether that's a goal that you've been trying to reach that you maybe have gotten stalled on, or that's several goals that you're trying to reach. Really go down to the core of why you're trying to reach those goals. So I'm going to read to you from the guidebook about this, what's been keeping you stuck or what's been blocking you, what hasn't been working, and how can you get unblocked, or how can you recalibrate to your true north with this Wizards of Awareness. So let's see. That is page 3 of this deck. All right. Wizard of Awareness. So what's been blocking you is the Wizard of Awareness comes to you in this position to warn you that too much force behind a desire for a specific outcome robs you of your true and full experience. Step back, take your energy away from your situation, and focus on gratitude for the ever-changing conditions of life. Are you perhaps trying to control the outcome of something because you don't trust in your highest good? Meditate, be still, and your answer will come without any effort on your part. Be a neutral observer, and you'll see how this moment is but a small marker on the map of your life's journey. So yeah, that's what's blocking you. Is I feel like, even though it's not saying it here yet, and yet because I haven't read the how you can get unblocked, I feel like it's probably like letting your intuition guide you, but then putting too much focus on the desire for the outcome, right? What was I talking about before? I feel like Source is calling me out on these readings, but I don't know, maybe it resonates with you. So Wizard of Awareness. And so how you can get out of this, your soul knows best, be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Yep. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go. Experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting state, and no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be and watch the miracle around you unfold without direct influence from you. That could be why this card came up in the guidance from Source, allowing the experience to develop without what you want it to be. This could be you even trying to trick yourself into trying to develop things a little bit differently based on what you desire. What has been working for you is allowing your intuition to guide you. What hasn't been working for you, I feel, is allowing your desire to overtake what you want and how you want it to happen. So if this is truly something, all these ideas that you've had and you're singling down, somebody comes to you with maybe a solution or maybe an idea of how to get into the space of receptivity, then allow yourself to really do that internal work, to listen to your intuition, to be the observer at the seat of your soul. Really be the observer at the seat of the soul, knowing that you can be your own guru and not letting the past treachery or past deception lead the way. Rather, lead your way with integrity, lead your way with alignment with what feels right for you. Ultimately, you are the one who makes the decisions in your life. You are the one who can shift your focus. And it's not just about how our vibration, our energy helps us make choices to change our life. It's the actual choices that we take. Yes, our vibration is very important, but our energy doesn't necessarily dictate our lives. Our action that we take dictates our life, and it's the energy behind that action. So what is the why? Connect to that why, connect to that how. And by connecting to the why and the how, that's going to help you make the next step so that you can walk with integrity and in alignment with who you are as a person and recalibrate to your true north that way for the Moonstone reading. All right, moving on to our final reading, the Tiger Eye reading. Again, Tiger Eye is a really great stone for the sacral and solar plexus chakra, really great for revitalizing, for bringing confidence and motivation, power and prosperity to your life. We are doing the same thing with these cards, and we are asking Source, what is your current energy? What has been working for you for the year, for your goals, for this month? What is blocking you perhaps, and how can you get unblocked to recalibrate to your true north? How can you gain some clarity around recalibrating to your true north? And as always, asking for guidance from Source for you. All right, let's see what we got. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Again, swords and swords. But this time it's a little bit reversed from the first few readings. And I think that's really interesting with the Tiger Eye, with the confidence being at the forefront. And then also the first two readings were third eye and crown chakra. This is solar plexus and sacral chakra. So solar plexus is our power, our core, our identity, the fire within us, right? And the sacral chakra is water, emotions, feelings, passion, right? Creativity, the birthplace, the birthing, the rebirthing, death and rebirth. all of that happening in the sacral chakra. And I think it's really interesting that your current energy is the Eight of Swords, maybe feeling stuck, maybe also feeling anxious, maybe feeling like you're bound, but in reality you're not bound. In reality you're not stuck. In reality you have the power to move through and move away from this energy that you're feeling. If you could only tap into your confidence, if you could only tap into that power, that internal fire within you, if you could only move the emotions out of the way, if you could only tap into that power that resides within, that fire that resides within, know that you can flow with the emotions and you don't have to be the emotions, that the emotions don't define you, that your thoughts don't define you. This is the current energy, and where you're moving towards, and the guidance from Source is the Knight of Swords. Fast, quick action, being ready to jump when it's time to go, being ready to go. Maybe a little bit of impulsivity too, but I feel like this card is really asking you to be prepared. To be prepared to go when it's time to go. Be prepared to make a move when it's time to make a move. You may not feel like right now is the right time to make a move. What has been working for you is this Ace of Cups energy. Again, the flowing, the fluid, the flexibility, but also tapping into the love, tapping into your heart, tapping into your emotions. Maybe the thoughts have been getting the best of you, but maybe your emotions have been helping you out here. And so maybe you've been balancing your thoughts with your emotions. Maybe you've been knowing that the thoughts are fleeting, the thoughts don't serve you, but that the emotions can help you kind of move into a different state of mind. What has been blocking you is the Coming Apart card. I don't know, maybe this is a relationship-based thing. Maybe you feel like you have to defend yourself. This is how you can get clarity. But also, this is how you can find your true north. Really listening to, again, oh, so funny. Okay, so I was talking about the solar plexus. See, I love it when Source does this. Look at solar plexus energy right there. Solar plexus energy right there. Ooh, that's the clarity. Really knowing who you are as a person, knowing that you're protected no matter what. Knowing that no matter what people are kind of trying to, the passion too, like what was I talking about? The passion, right? The chakra, the sacral chakra, that passion, right? That creativity. Knowing that that is what makes you unique. Your way of looking at life, your way of creating your boundaries, your way of creating what is right for you, that is what makes you unique. This Coming Apart card, this may be what's blocking you, and it could also be what's saving you too. It could be your saving grace to help you recalibrate to your true north. Sometimes when things come apart, it might feel like there's an undoing of our lives, when the truth is that when things don't work out, sometimes they don't work out because they should have never worked out in the first place. Sometimes we get into these situations that teach us lessons that help us move forward, to help us build our resiliency, to help us really understand what's right for us, what's true for us. So let me go ahead and read from the guidebook for this Coming Apart card and what has been blocking you. And this says, a situation is unraveling and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, as you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So I think that this is really important because this is not as dangerous as it feels, but it could feel very much so dangerous when we're stuck in this like mindset of like, it's heavy, I feel stuck. What I feel like Source is telling you is that it is not as dangerous as you believe it to be. Breathe and know that you are loved. Breath work, breathe. All right, so how can you get unstuck? Now is a time to take separate paths. The Coming Apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need a break. Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you can handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. I love that it says that because we are in November. This is a good time to reassess your goals and your values, which I'll talk more about in my newsletter, but maybe in a video too. And are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Again, like, is what you're doing, are the steps you're taking really in alignment with what you believe in? Now, if you're feeling stuck, that could very well be why you're feeling stuck. Maybe it's not in alignment with who you are. Maybe that's why leading with your heart has been what's been helping you. And maybe that's the friction that could be going on in your life. All right. Where was I at? Have you created a partnership that's not mutually beneficial? Separation, disillusion, and dispersion are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. And I feel like that takes power, that takes confidence to be able to say, this doesn't work, I need to kind of move on. That could be the very reason why Source is asking this to be your guidance, is to be ready to make that move. Prepare your things. You know, if you need to make a break, make a break. But above all, don't lose who you are. Above all, remember who you are. Remember that you are protected. Remember that you are divinely guided. Remember that you can set boundaries in place. And if people don't respect those boundaries, they probably weren't people that you need to be around. If circumstances don't respect your boundaries, if there's something that's taking way too much of your resources, way too much of your energy, way too much of your time, find the answers within and really learn to feel in for what is right for you. If you don't know how to feel in for what is right for you, if you're like, I don't know what is right for you, I don't know what I want to feel, I don't know how I want to feel, I do have a Core Desired Feelings workbook, and I'll leave the link below for the video. I'll probably link it up here somewhere too. But I think once we start learning what our core desired feelings are, what we really want out of life, what we really want to feel, that is just priceless. When we can use that to base our choices and our intentions and set our intentions towards something, using our core desired feelings, using how we want to feel in life, I think it's so important, and I think it's so pivotal to help us make these choices so that we don't feel like we're stuck, so that we can really listen to our heart's desire, so that when this coming apart does happen, because coming apart happens quite often in life. Like, we meet with people and they're great or they're not so great, but then we make this partnership with them, whether that's in work, whether that's in love, whether that's in family, whether that's with friends, whether that's with acquaintances, whether that's in business. We make these partnerships and sometimes they need to come apart. Sometimes they're not always the best for us, but always know who you are as a person. Know that you can always protect and defend yourself, and defend your ideas, defend your passions, and really focus on your passions. And then be ready to make a move. Be ready to make a move. Source is there with you. They've got that motorcycle waiting there for you. They've got the resources available waiting for you. So that is the reading for the Tiger Eye. Again, I really enjoy making these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these messages resonated with you. And if they did, be sure to leave a comment below. And keep in mind that these are general readings. If you did want a personalized tarot reading, click on the link in the description box below to book your in-person or online tarot reading. That's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.